It's spooky season, which means we make a lot of tea. Watch mildly spooky movies because my girlfriend needs to sleep after that. And not in terror. What else? Pumpkins, ghosts, witches, and zombies. Yes, zombies. I like zombies, the aesthetic of them, they're so gross and rotten. It's super cool. At least I think so. You might be thinking, Jordan, stop stating all the obvious things and tell us what is this video about. Okay, I'll tell you. October has so many puns in the form of challenges, and some of them actually cool. There is Gobtober, which I'm doing. There's gonna be a video about that. But in this one, the focus is on, drumroll please, Orctober. Pow 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 pow, pow 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 pow, pow 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 pow, pow 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 pow. More precisely, I will participate in a painting contest with a bust of a zombie orc. That was created by OrcButt and EsquigMiniatures. Links below. The model looks so freaking awesome, I wanna paint it so much. Let's get started. In order to paint a model, I need to print it out first. And what do you know, the guys from my local game shop are pretty good at resin printing. Drugi Zamak or CastleBoardgames are so cool. If you're in Bulgaria, you should definitely visit them. I'll leave their links below. Deep from the depths of their 3D printer was born the Zomborc. It's even cooler in real life. I've gotta be honest with you, this is my first time painting a big bust. I normally paint little miniatures, well, except the Great and Clean one, but I haven't finished that one. Better, I'm sick of being 60% painted. I will devour you if you don't paint me. Have I not been a gross demon? I thought you liked me. Sorry, unclean one, I'm gonna finish you, I promise. Love you, bye. Well, that was awkward. I'm sure he's fine. Where was I? Ah, yeah, painting busts is new for me. How hard could it be? For some reason, I did not want the original plant. Something about its form wasn't as appealing to me. Not that I had a suggestion or plan, but when I don't have a plan, I improvise. First, what do I have in my house? Vitamin bottles, buckets from creatine, a way too big lazy Susan, at least for miniatures, cups, oh, that might work, a jar for my beard balm. Yes, I don't wake up like this. A little cleanup, sewing an old brush handle, punching a hole on the lid with a wood carving tool. Terrible idea because of the smell, but it works. Moving on, glue, primer, and everything looks perfect. I'm ready to start. By the way, this month is really becoming full of green skins. Not complaining, I'm definitely liking this. You wanna see how I start this one? I'll show you. Base colors. I started airbrushing just to have a solid base. I used dark rust for mostly everywhere, and dark red just to warm it up a bit. And use it on the areas of the mouth, ears and eyes. Because it might be a zombie, but it still has blood. I almost forgot, I used dark green as well. Congrats! Now you have warm undertones. Now get to work. Rendering. I wanted to make him look like an orc, but also a zombie. And also I really like ochre for the green skins, although ochre is not green, but they look so good in that color is what I found doing Gobtober. So that's why I used a lot of ochre or parasite brown. You will see me at some point using some desaturated blues. This is going to be on the places where you might shave. I doubt he shaves, but it sells the realism, which kinda works. I'm always having this problem, having the perfect viscosity for my paints. It's either too thick or too thin. I know it's a skill issue, I'm working on that, I'll get better. But for this one, I found a strange system. It worked for me, I don't know if it would work for you, but it uses a lot of paint on a thumb. What I do is first I mix the colors on the wet palette. After that, I'm getting rid of most of the paint on the brush. I'm doing 1 or 2 strokes on my thumb, then I dip only the tip in water, couple of strokes on my thumb again, and after that, it's perfect. It's not too thin, not too thick, it flows, it makes the perfect stroke. So yeah, you could try it. If it works for you, great. I know it works for me, so I'm going to improve on that and see if I could skip a step because it's a bit tedious, but for now I'm sticking to that. Look at these juicy lips, they needed some love. So dark red met some light pink and they made sweet love. The gums had a little purple on them just to separate them from the lips, and also I used light pink there for the highlights, and I think it turned out alright. I wanted to keep the warm undertones I did with the airbrush, but also put midtones and highlights with the ochre as I mentioned, so I was very deliberate on where I'm putting my brush strokes and being careful not to overdo it and lose all the undertones. I was very carefully building up to lighter tones, adding more ice yellow to the parasite brown so I could keep it warm and not kill the color with a pure white, and slowly it was coming together pretty nice. I decided to not make anything special for the hair, just a black base and some gray to show like strands of hair and make it lighter and lighter, but not too light, just to keep it relatively dark. I was thinking of the whole picture as an illustration, and this is why I was considering where to put more contrast and where to put less, and where to put more detail and where to put less, just because I wanted the viewer of the bust to look first where I want him to look and not be overwhelmed by everything being so detailed and with the same intensity. What I like about this process is that you really have to think about what you're doing and how you're doing it and what emotions do you want to convey, like a painting on the wall or a digital painting. Painting miniatures is practically the same, or it could be if it's not for gaming. I think we could move to the special effects. From the beginning I wanted to make this Zomborc with glowing eyes. Now the question is, what color? Well, I decided yellow, because I like yellow and it goes well with the parasite ochre. Also a little bit of color theory, don't worry, it's going to be a little bit. Yellow is very bright. If you make it black and white, it's really light, so it naturally is lighter as a color. And that is why it makes it easier to make a glowing effect. I messed up a bit with the airbrush because eyes yellow is a bit thicker and I didn't consider that, and there were some splotches and I had to redone half of his face. It's okay, it's just a couple of hours of work. I'll be fine, after all it's a cool bust. Repainting it one or several times, it's alright. After the ice yellow, I used yellow ink because it's vibrant and not that opaque. And it works, you should try inks, it feels like cheating, definitely try it. Another special effect I wanted to do is a bit of blood. I didn't overuse it because I wasn't sure about if I liked the end result, But on his forehead there is a bit of it, so I'm mentioning it. I mixed some dark red with glue. That's pretty much it. I was considering making some draws with the glue, but I decided not to, because I wanted to be cleaner, in a sense. Last special effect, I don't know if you could call it a special effect, but I think you could, because I varnished the whole model with a matte varnish, and everything that's icky and yucky and gross, I did it with a gloss varnish. And this makes it a bit more gross, which is perfect for this one. Well, now that I've done the bust, what's left? I think a little retrospective. We'll start with what do I like that I did. Well, I like that he looks like a zombie orc. Mission achieved, skill unlocked. For my first bust, I really enjoyed that I had more space than a small miniature, and I could focus more on brush strokes. And I think if you haven't tried it, you should definitely try it, because you'll probably improve your painting. And then get back to the small miniatures, because they need love too, and so much time, so much freaking time. Next thing in the retrospective, what could I improve? Well, definitely I could improve my brushwork. Another thing I could work on is my airbrush work as well, because I'm not that great with it yet, but I really like it. And sometimes, because the different paints have different viscosity and are reacting really different, I'm kind of messing up and clogging the airbrush, and it could be really frustrating, but I think it's awesome, and I'll keep improving that. Now, what's next? I have to take some good pictures of the bust, and I have to submit it when it's time. And I'll let you know how I did. If I don't win anything, it's alright, because I had so much fun and I learned a bunch of stuff. And I would like to paint more busts. I'll definitely sculpt some and paint them myself. So look forward to that. But wait, there's more! I want to make a quick update about the combat patrol I've mentioned a couple of videos ago and show you how it's going. I started with the Death Dread because it looks so cool and I wanted to see how I paint this. I'll make a more detailed video about this, but I just wanted to share where am I right now. I've painted some boys. I still need to paint more. Also, I'm almost done with the war boss. He's so funny, and the goblin on top of him can shoot only to the side because of that back-ting fist thingy. You're probably surprised, but they're not very smart. I haven't started with the Death Coptas, but I'm looking forward to do them because they look fun. And also another update, this weekend I'm going to play one-page rules for the first time. Wish me luck, I'll tell you how it went and how much I'm bad at it. I'm really having a lot of fun sharing my projects with you. I hope you find them entertaining or interesting, so I guess I'll see you in the next video. Meanwhile, if you haven't watched my other videos, you could check them. They're probably somewhere here. Don't forget to be cool and make more goblins. Bye!